Hey everyone, Pete here with the River Kings, and I gotta tell you, especially as a short guy, the one thing I cannot stand about kayaking is sticking a kayak on the roof of a car. Well, suddenly, I don't hate it so much anymore. So there you have it, folks. It's the lift assist roof rack from Tooenjoy. There's a link in the description that'll tell you all about it, all the specs, everything you want to know about it will be in that link in the company's description there. So I'm just going to kind of show you the hands-on and kind of what I think about it and how it worked for me. And let's get down to it. Let me show you how it works. So you basically just come right up to it, pull these two safety bars down, and pull it out away from your car. When it gets to the end of the rollers, I like to put my foot against the tire and just pull a little bit, and down it comes and locks into place. To lift it back up, you just simply pull down this lever on both sides. That releases the safety that won't allow it to retract when empty, and then you just let it go right back up. Super easy. When you get to this position, it just rolls right back in there until you hear the click. That's really simple. Again, to pull down, pull it out until you get to the end, maybe put a foot against it just to give you a little leverage. Pull it right down. To lift up, put the little safeties down, get it going up, and then just hold on a little bit. Does all the work for you. Push it until it clicks. Super simple. So this is the assembly without the kayak on it. Kind of give you an idea what it looks like. It has a little wing nut there so you can adjust where you put your little stopper for the kayak. They come with some padding. I put those on where they would most likely hit. So right off the bat, the one thing that I wish was a little different is the padding. It's a little minimal, and I wish it was a little more and would keep it up off the frame of this the lift chair essentially, but it works. It's just minimal. So I would want more padding here, here, and here. That way there'd be no chance of rub between the crossbars and less wear and tear on the kayak. But like I say, it works. It's functional. I will add padding myself, but I wanted to review it as they sent it. Clean lines, not too heavy, installed really easily in about an hour. That included assembly and installation. The only tool you need is kind of a hex head wrench, and they send that with the kit. Tooenjoy also sells crossbars, and so I could get crossbars for the 4Runner, and the bottom piece would slide into that. It would be an even cleaner mounting option. I didn't have that. I went with my stock 4Runner crossbars because I never upgraded them. And as you can see, that's just a U-bolt assembly. Again, a little bit minimal. Not industry leading, but it is very snug, and I think it's going to do the job just fine. So the idea from Tooenjoy is that it's a very universal utilitarian kind of rack. I've got it set up in the kayak rack configuration. They've also got adapters for mountain bikes. You can put materials, just basically anything you need to get on top of your car and help you lift it up there that you want to strap down can go on this. So it's not kayak specific in that regard, like some of the big name competitors. This gives you the option to use it for more than just kayaks. But as you might expect, that comes with a little less padding that would occupy all the space that you would use if you were using something other than a kayak. So like I say, minimal padding. I'm configuring it for a kayak rack. I think it'll do just fine. On to how the mechanism works. It has hydraulics in there, and it's gonna wanna pull up. And so if you have this unweighted or anything under 18 pounds, you have to pull down on this while you unlock it, or it's going to want to retract back into its upright position. So just know that there's upward pressure, and that's what helps you lift your kayak onto the truck without straining. When you could put it back up there, you just pull a little weight down there as you release it so it doesn't snap back too quick. Since it's unweighted, I'll put a little pressure down on there. That safety there. That safety, then it just goes back up. Just kind of hold on to a little bit, get it back up in the top, and it snaps right in just like before. So here it is without the kayak next to a standard J cradle. So you can get a kind of an idea about how big it is. It's really not too bulky, but the neat thing about this system is that I can take that whole thing out of the track when I don't want to have it up there. So taking the lifting frame out is actually super easy. You just reach up in here and push up a little bit and pull out. Do the same thing on the other side. And the lifting frame comes right out. It loads back just as easily. So if you want to take the lift frame off, it's literally 2 seconds. And you can set that aside and then run down the road without the lift frame on there. And let me show you what that looks like. Here's what the base looks like without the lift frame. About 1 inch tall, little frame there sitting on top of your crossbar. Not a big deal, pretty simple and a lot more low profile if you just don't want to have it up there for whatever reason. So let's go through what it's going to look like when it's time to hit the water and you want to put your kayak up on top of the truck. Just pull down the levers, pull out, get it going, pull down till it clicks. The first thing I like to do when I'm putting anything on J-cradles or on a lift or anything is to go ahead and get the strap around the top bar. It's a lot easier now than when the boat's up there. I'm just going to do that on both sides. Important to note that the width of the frame is 30 inches, which is plenty wide for a whitewater boat. If you were getting to a really long sea kayak, you know, going up on here, you're going to want to get those bow and stern lines to keep it lined up. You don't want it to try to pull undue torque with wind, big wind shear, wind gust, turbulence off a truck. Anything that would start pulling that boat left or right is something you're going to want to avoid, and that's for any carrier system when you get the long boats. So now that it's up here, I'm just going to bring the straps around and run it through the frame, and we're good to go. If you can, go through one of your grab loops, because why not? Right through the bottom of the frame and up again through your cam buckle. There's a lot of ways to do this next part, but I just like to tie an overhand knot. It's easy to get out later. When I want to get this out later, I pull the single loop and I've got my strap accessible. I just like to do one overhand knot, keeping it clean, pull it through halfway. That'll hold without all the extra flap. Okay, we're ready to put it back on top of the car now. Push down the safety, just like before. Since it's weighted, it'll stay down until you lift. Up she goes. Push it in. Let's go paddling. Things I wish were different. I wish the padding was more kayak specific and maybe a little more robust and protective of the kayak. But I can overcome that. I can get aftermarket things and put it up there, no problem. So the other improvement I wish was that the U-bolt system clamping the crossbar was maybe a little more robust. But like I say, it doesn't move. I've pulled on it, yanked on it. It's very secure. I just wish the bolts were a little bigger, the knobs were a little bigger, a little more robust. But I don't think you're gonna have a problem with it. I've been riding around with this kayak all day. It doesn't whistle, doesn't make noise. It's rock solid. I tested everything when I got back and everything is still good. And so I think this is a good product, especially for those who have injuries or just anything, any situation where getting a boat on top of your car is problematic or difficult. This is going to solve a lot of that for you and actually probably make it somewhat enjoyable. It's easy to work with, it's easy to load, it's easy to get the straps. You're not putting a foot in the seat, a foot up on the door handle, trying to get over there and grab a strap. We've all done it. I hate it. This fixes it. Downsides, if you have crossbars with a single stacker, you can get, you know, 5 or 6 boats on a truck. This is going to limit that to much less boats going up on your crossbars. Again, this is a fantastic product for someone who's overcoming a hurdle in getting the boat on top of a car or an SUV. Whatever that hurdle may be, physical, they just don't like it. Maybe they just don't want to engage in the dangers associated with climbing around on wet cars, trying to lash boats up there. I've seen some busted shins and some other things. So neat product from Tooenjoy. The elevator assist roof rack works perfect for a kayak. If you see me around, it's going to be on the car. So thanks for watching. Pete with the River Kings. Link in the description. Hopefully you can find this review useful, and if you buy this product and enjoy it, please put a comment down below and let me know how it worked for you. I'd love to hear your thoughts. See you next time.